Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. And let's just go straight into that quiet time. So it's good for us to send out that gratitude to our beloved Earth. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath. We breathe out. Then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty iron presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I am presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful, expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith and the protection from our mighty I am presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty beloved I am presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I am presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I am presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our four earthly bodies, all those little inner wakas receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner waka of our four earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling, that light substance from the Ascended Master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great ascended hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this.
Estelle, do you have a screen? Are you able to read the opening invocation for us? Estelle, I definitely saw you there. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm just thinking now. Delia, beloved, can you do the opening invocation for us?
Good evening, good day.
Now I've done something weird.
The opening invocation. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kathumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I Am Presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. From Saint Germain.
Okay, thanks so much, Delia, beloved. So we've got Gary reading, just wonderful things as always from our beloved Saint Germain. And then because it's session time, I thought it might be nice to visit this video that I made years ago, like I think it was over 10 years ago. But anyway, it's just a lovely story. It really needs actually an animation artist to do it. But anyway, the story is just marvelous by beloved Moira. And then we've got Terry reading again. Now we're moving on to a new chapter, and it's from beloved Lady Master Astrea. It's just wonderful. And then I'm going to continue reading from Lord Vulcan, also just lovely. It was the second half of it. And then beloved John will take us through our decrees. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's listen to Gary reading for us.
Week 258. Beloved Saint Germain. I Am Discourses, Volume 3, Discourse 12. When individuals try to enjoy something through injustice without question, they never enjoy it, for they always lose some faculty by which they could enjoy it. Other personalities always have the same privilege to stand with God that you do, and if they do not choose, that is not your business. God is the all-knowing presence and power, knows and discovers all things. You may say to another, Mighty Master Self, the I Am presence within this individual, come forth in thy conscious power, with thy mighty insight and foresight, with thy wisdom and directing intelligence, and see that all things are adjusted for her, and that she is given the peace and rest she so much deserves. I am the commanding presence directing and commanding this to be done, and it is done now. Lift the consciousness into the full dazzling light, where she may see and know the repose, rest, beauty that is hers by her own creation and service. It is a mistake to let sympathy draw you into conditions that are very destructive. Take the stand. I am the only presence acting there. For helping those who have passed on to so-called death, I am the presence holding that individual in the sphere where he belongs, teaching and enlightening him. If the student can get the correct idea of pouring out the love to his own divine self, he will receive complete relief from every discord. To perfect condition say, I am the presence there, governing and healing the situation. There is only one possible way to change anything which has been created and directed into a wrong channel. The attention is what holds it fast to the wrong use or expression of it. Instantly direct the thought to the higher self. Many people get the idea that they can control it by sheer force of will, through compulsion. This cannot be done. But dam it up, and it only breaks out somewhere else. The only permanent way to overcome it is to change the attention and rise out of it. Use the statement, I am the governing presence of this energy and the only power that can raise it. I am the presence raising and transcending it, and that action is forever self-sustained. No, I am the presence doing this, and there it is done now, for God's activity is always instantaneous. In any wrong condition, the first thing to do is to call for the law of forgiveness. Remember that when a thing has been set into motion or energized, it simply acts. The physical body is the vehicle for contact with the sense world. When nearing the point of precipitation, continue on using the physical vehicle for doing the ordinary physical service. There is the inner, the mental, and the physical world. The physical body has been created to act in the lower state of vibration and is the natural vehicle provided. To direct and handle physical objects by the mind alone needs an accumulation of electronic force in the electronic circle of the individual. When using the energy below the ascended state, this consciously generated energy is held within the electronic circle, which surrounds every individual to a more or less degree. This accounts for some individuals seemingly to have limitless amounts of energy, for that which is accumulated in one's lifetime is carried over in the succeeding lives. Perhaps one of the most unfortunate things in which human beings live is that man's so-called legal right to bind another individual in the sex activity when the other wishes to rise out of it. Even in the ignorance of the outer mind, some natures have a powerful development of love activity. The pure love of God never goes below the heart. True love never requires sex contact of any kind. The great ascended host of light is ever with those who want to do right. Send your thoughts out to them. and you shall always receive help. You have an invulnerable, invincible power when you know that you have recognition of the I Am presence. The law of forgiveness is the wide open door to reach the heart of God. It is the keynote and hub on which the universe turns.
Thank you, beloved Gary. Okay, so we're going to listen to this lovely story of this beloved brave elemental.
This is an excerpt from the Bridge to Freedom Journal, Book 5, by our beloved El Moria. It is a gorgeous story of a tiny little elemental bringing his petition to the great karmic board. The halls of karma wherein the karmic board hold audience have always an open door through which may pass any intelligence endeavoring to serve the earth and her evolutions. Enter therein, utilize your God-directed intelligence, become once again a part of the recreation of a beautiful planet, Earth, for yourselves and all succeeding evolutions which shall use it. The doors of the halls of karma are wide open to anyone who comes in love. I have seen an elemental no larger than the tip of this pen, who desired within himself mercy for the elemental kingdom. That elemental was carried to the halls of karma by a mighty seraphim. But whose light opened the door? Oh, the seraphim's light could open the door, but no, in love he must allow the free will of the elemental, who is so brave as to represent his species, to open that door. The elemental sitting there, not quite so brave as when he first got the idea, you know, thinks maybe he had better go back. But he looks down, and the seraphim looks pretty strong, and he is right in the palm of her hand. And he says to himself, but suppose I go back and tell the other folks that the idea we cooked up at home wasn't so good. I'd get it back there, and if I go inside, I don't know how I'm going to speak to these beings. So he looked up very pathetically, and the seraphim saw the dewdrop tears come down from the little one's eyes. Help, help me. And the seraphim just quietly pats him, soothes those little feelings, and says, now, you release your light. It will be enough. So the elemental gets his little spine all erect again, looks up at the great big door, and thinks of the beings that have been depicted as so austere, and sends out a tiny little flicker. He pushes the door, and he bounces back. It seems funny, but it happens to be true. And then this little lightweight bounces back on the door again, and the door does not even move. And then he wishes he had not come at all. And the seraphim stays with him. Lo and behold, in time, through the light and love and patience of the seraphim, and of course with the great mercy of the karmic board, he sees that door open a couple of inches. And he quickly jumps in, for he thinks it is one of those electric eye deals that is going to close, and of course it does. Then he steps inside, and now he doesn't even have the seraphim, and he is all alone in this big, long courtyard, and he walks along on those tiny little feet, and it sounds so loud to him, for here is no one there at all. He hears his footsteps, and he is thinking out his project. He thinks and walks slower, and he thinks that this was not such a good idea. I don't know what those other beings belonging to my species meant. They should have taken the blight. They should have taken the drought. They should have taken the manure. They should have taken it. Why did they send me up here? So by this time he is at the door that is open, and he looks around, and the door is closed behind him. So he bows before beloved Portia and those great beings that are so loving, but they keep an impassionate expression on their faces, and many a time they smile behind their palms of their great hands. Then, gaining strength through their love, that tiny little one looks up. On behalf of the nature kingdom, we implore assistance through the directors of nature to remove blight, drought, and all impurities from our particular species. Then from a great height comes the voice from the Mighty One. which has the tendency to shrivel a tiny one. And why just your species? Well, we hadn't considered any but our own. Beloved, it has taken strength in the extreme for you to come. We saw that strength exhibited as you so bravely came, and you asked the seraphic guard to allow you to enter the halls of karma, to appear to us. We saw the magnificent strength and beauty of your nature with which you approached us. But may we point out to you that it would be nice and kindly for you, although we give you this grant in love, that when you send another representative to us, that you shall not return without remembering all of the species, not just your own. Well, there was a quick retreat upon the departure of the strong little elemental. The doors will be open. You will not have to go through what this little fellow did. The doors will be open wide. So will many thousands of ears, not only mine, for I well know what you have in your petitions already. This is an excerpt from the Bridge to Freedom.
Whoops. It's such a lovely story. It's a true story, you see. Moira tells us this amazing story. And there we have it, all the little elementals. So the petition, the karmic borders, now's the time when we can submit petitions, which can be done twice a year. So if anybody wants more information on that, they can get it on the website. It's the iamfree.co.za, or email me, and I can give you more on that. But it's for service for the world, really. All right, so now we're going to have beloved Terry reading for us. Just lovely, the address by Lady Master Astrea.
Addresses by the beloved Lady Master Astrea and the beloved Lady Master Diana. Introduction. This is lovingly dedicated to the beloved Lady Masters Astrea and Diana, whose kindly and selfless individual services have, since the fall of man, continuously dissolved the impure thought and feeling forms created by mankind through the destructive use of free will. It is our hope that sincere students will cooperate with these beautiful and gracious beings, first by invoking their purifying rays through their own 4 lower bodies to dissolve the cause and core of all capacity to create and sustain imperfect thought forms, and second, by invoking their cosmic activity of the circle and sword of blue flame and purifying fire in, through, and around all mass creations of imperfection of every kind, that they may be dissolved before they can act, approach, or manifest as distress ever again. Thomas Prince, Editor. Address by beloved Astrea, 1955. Children of the one eternal God, I have come in answer to the heart call of the people of earth, and particularly at the request of the conscious students of life, for the purpose of cleansing and purifying the astral and psychic realms of the effluvia that has been spewed forth into the atmosphere through the creative centers, thought and feeling of man for many, many ages. Due to the scales which mankind has made before his physical sight, he is not aware of the evils he has created through his individual experimentation with the creative powers of thought and feeling in his various embodiments through the long ages. Little does he know also of the thought forms spawned in the secret recesses of his human mind, which have escaped the confines of his consciousness and float out into the atmosphere of the planet on which he dwells. There these thought forms remain until they are drawn by the power of magnetization, or the activity of like seeking like, into strata of similarly vibrating substance. This discordantly qualified energy forms itself into strata, one piled on top of the other, like the layers of a cake, each stratum vibrating according to the quality of which it is composed, and growing larger and larger as more of mankind dwell either secretly or openly, upon the thoughts of impurity, passion, greed, etc. People indulging in these activities not only add to the mass effluvia of the planet, but by the power of thought tune into the stratum vibrating at the same rate as that which they are generating at the time, and draw its mass evil into their own beings and worlds. They are held responsible by cosmic law for the injurious effect their action has upon the thought processes of their fellow men who do not know how to protect themselves from these tramp thoughts that are continually floating in the atmosphere, or how to control the process of constructive thinking and feeling. Very few of the people of Earth today, beloved friends, know how to use the creative centers of thought and feeling for which they were created. That is, to draw from the divine intelligence at the heart of the universe, through the indwelling Christ self, magnificent ideas and fashion those ideas into form. Very few such ideas are ever magnetized by mankind in general from the great central source. Far easier is it for men to absorb through the outer senses, through the written page, through the radio and television, and through all the other types of outer pressure of learning and so-called education, those thoughts and ideas that have been used before. It is easier far to accept as a pattern for the thinking man already established dogmas and credos, religions and scientific expressions, than it is to shake the mind free of all the imperfection that has been, and return to the source of creation for truth. That truth can only come through incarnate life streams who, repudiating the discordant effluvia of the masses and the half-truths that have not brought freedom to the individual or the planet, will stand within the flame of their own I Am presence, call forth those divine ideas of wisdom and balance, and then have the strength and tenacity to hold those thoughts and ideas within their hearts until the Holy Spirit has breathed life and enthusiasm into them in the feelings. When those divine ideas have been matured in the silence before they are presented to the world, you have not theory then, beloved ones, but indisputable fact for the blessing of the race. How many inspirations, how many great inventions, how many cosmic truths have come forth from the universal into the minds of the few who are willing to stand above the masses. Yet how many of these blessings have been lost because those few could not or would not follow through by taking that truth or inspiration, holding it within the light of the Christ, breathing upon it the fire of constancy, and then manifesting it to the world as fact. Instead, those fortunate enough to receive these divine ideas did not hold them long enough in secret, or perhaps they shared them while they were yet in the embryonic stage with others, and so lost the idea through negative radiation. So it is, beloved ones, that the beautiful world orders and golden ages perceived within the raised consciousnesses of the few have not materialized in these later ages. Why? The answer is simply because the ideas, unprotected by the ego who should have guarded and sheltered them, were torn to shreds as a carcass is torn by a pack of wolves, by lesser minds before the ephemeral vision could be clothed in a substance of the etheric world and lowered through emotional stability and balance into the world of form.
There we have it. Lots of things to contemplate, and just wonderful words from beloved Astrea. And now this is from beloved Archangel Michael. It's from the Bridge to Freedom. He says, I spoke to you about developing angelic natures. There is a sacrifice of embodied service on this planet, of being drawn down into vibration to dense matter. This lower consciousness and being drawn down in vibration to dense matter. Sorry, this lower consciousness is like quicksand and seemingly as difficult to climb out of. We at Banff, that's where Archangel Michael's mighty temple is, which is above Banff, Alberta in Canada. So we at Banff are dedicated to drawing out of you your angelic heritage, your ability to feel at one with the formless Spirit of God, your great I Am presence, as do the angels. So you can float out of the mire on wings of light instead of groping or struggling out by force of human will. Struggling out. Allow me, please, to give an example of the situation as it is sometimes viewed from my vantage point while working with distressed souls. If a man was sinking in quicksand, all the pain and struggle of human will not extricate him, and he will cry out to God, "But I'm trying so hard." Yet, in all his human efforts, if he does not see a rescue line thrown him from above, he does not grasp it. The rescue line thrown out by the ascended masters and the ascended and angelic beings to humanity has been our truth and spiritual law, the concepts of true reality and eternal consciousness of light, which, if made real by your feelings, which is our acceptance, will rescue you from the quicksand of the lower consciousness. Let us visualize together a Chela meditating in a seated position, wrestling with some force of inharmony in the mind, feelings, memory, or physical body. See and feel a gigantic pair of angel wings enfold the Chela right and left, and surrounded by this force of light, one begins to feel a floating sensation upward in consciousness, out of the vibration where distress and disease can exist. This upward sweeping action is a natural activity of an angelic presence, and there are countless angels awaiting to give this service, but we wait with our wings folded until the call comes. Think of those magnificent angels who have volunteered to be prisoners of love within your own auras, who continually present you the rescue lines and yet are ignored. That's our own beloved guardian angels, as well as all the other ones. So it's really, little note here, time to call to our beloved guardian angels that have blessed us really since our first embodiment. We know we've had the same guardian angel. They say it's truly one of the greatest imprisonments of love. Bless them, each and every one, and all the angels. So just a good idea to call to the angels and ask them to help us. Just a quick story I'll never forget with one time we were all living in the property in Nortuk there where the sanctuary is, and Norman was there, and they were building like a tunnel and doing some aquaponics, and they were trying to get this machine to work, and they got it all to work, but then they had to just sort of take it down again. And then we were given a message by the great divine director through Norman to say the angels worked very hard to help you to get that whole thing going. And then they just pulled it down without saying thank you. So it's always good to ask your angels to help you with anything, including mechanical things, all sorts of things. If you see someone stopped on the side of the road needing help, it's a good idea to call the angels to help them. Anyway, it's just ideas. So now we have this wonderful time to make our decrees for our brothers and sisters that are caught in those astral realms, those psychic and astral realms, which we know is so important, and to assist Saint Germain in the violet flame temples. So we say together, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms, to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be taken immediately into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so they carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We decree it, and so be it. Beloved, I am, and we accept this done here and now with full cosmic power, and we thank you. Thank you. And now, oh, it's a lovely, kinder world. It just shows that love is a great glue, and between all the species, the human and the animals. I just love this one. Oh, lovely. Oh, now we have the time to say the decree for the animals, insect, and reptile kingdoms. We say together, beloved I am presence and that of all mankind. Charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort and freedom to the animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. And now this is from beloved Lord Vulcan, continued from last week. And he says, so don't forget his activities is helping us to reach that ascended master consciousness. He says, you will find upon contemplation and observing yourselves how elusive is the center of consciousness and how quickly it slips from one to the other of your bodies before you are even conscious of it. The purpose of stilling oneself is manifold, but one particular activity is to draw the consciousness back into the secret chamber of the heart and then to function from within the light ray at all times. Even the mental contemplation of this gives you a purpose, gives you a feeling of poise, mastery, and detachment. You will always have a direct line of communication from headquarters, which is the ascended master realm, and you will not release energy unkindly because of the fountain of the secret water of life within your heart. There can go no unkind emanation. It is only when the heart center of consciousness energizes one or more of the lower bodies that they seize upon the creation principle and dishonor God's name, I am, by sending it forth imperfectly. If these lower bodies cannot get the heart center of your consciousness, they have no independent authority, and they know this. Here you have one of the most powerful ways to mastery if you will contemplate it. All the accumulation in your four lower bodies could not act and could be purified and consumed without struggle if the center of the intelligent consciousness of the outer self could be hidden in the heart of the presence and not allowed to be coaxed forth by any of the external, tying it to the caprices of any one of the four lower bodies. being directly concerned with the drawing of the consciousness into the threefold flame in your heart, you will find your body straight, your sense of struggle greatly diminished, and you will have an alert, calm poise that should amaze you in your forward progress. I thank you for this opportunity to make your acquaintance and visit with you, and I offer you, on the ever-expanding altar of your endeavors, to become the Ascended Master Consciousness, my particular service, yours for the asking. So there we are. We can ask beloved Lord Vulcan to help us. Again, that Ascended Master Consciousness, good to put into our decrees, our daily ones. Okay, this is a lovely new song. We've just got it thanks to beloved Scott in Portland, and that puts it all together, and Tisha and Mike in Cape Town. They have a lovely duo. It's called the Palm Strings, and they help us for a small fee, like a donation, what Scott gives them, and they have created all these lovely, they've played the music for us from the songbook from Alice, Eddie Kellogg. So anyway, this is the latest one, Beloved Godfre, and God bless him. It's just such a lovely song. Such a lovely song. And there we have it. Just honestly, truly, if you think about what the I Am Activity books brought, those discourses, understanding of the decrees and understanding about I am presence. And as we know, Cosmos brought those 2 secret rays which brought it to the 9, the power of the 3 times 3. But it's only if there's the balance coming from the human realm would they be able to do that. So beloved Godfre Ray King, God bless his mighty heart forever, and he's known as God of obedience. So there we go. Thank you, beloved John.
Thank you, beloved Anthea. Good evening, all. Thank you for those wonderful messages and videos and those amazing teachings for us, beloved Anthea. Beloved mighty I am presence, we ask you now to take command of us all and produce your mighty perfection through our decrees. Beloved ascended masters, we give you full permission on behalf of ourselves and of all mankind to do whatever is necessary in this lower realm to fulfill the divine plan. And we call for you to charge your mighty power and give whatever energy may be lacking from our sides into all our decrees, so they can manifest here and now, all according to thy will. We call to you, beloved Archangel Michael, to send cosmic rays and mighty angels of protection to protect us and all who have joined this Zoom class, and for all the energy released to be purified and used only to serve the pure divine cosmic light. Beloved mighty I am presence, eternal source of the Christ within, we call upon ascended Master Jesus, the Mahachohan and the cosmic Christ, to pour forth the light of Christ's consciousness upon us all. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. We say together, mighty I am presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic lights, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source so that this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Our tube of light protection. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful we are given whatever added protection is needed, what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. Just visualize a tube of light coming down from our beloved mighty I am presence, that mighty pillar of brilliant blue and crystal light, blazing up through and around us, 9 feet in diameter, 3 feet each side of us, with that thick wall at the edge, stronger than any steel. Build your wall of light. See Archangel Michael's armor of light around us, forming that impenetrable pillar of protection around ourselves, this group, our families, friends, and around every constructive person across the face of the earth. Every beloved one standing up for truth, justice, and freedom. May God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. We thank you. I am the law of forgiveness, for myself and all mankind, for all mistakes, misqualified energy, human consciousness, and for straying from the light. Beloved mighty I am present through your blessed love, power, and authority. We call to you, beloved Lady Master Kuan Yin. We ask that you fill us with your ascended master feelings of mercy and forgiveness for ourselves and for all mankind. We just feel deeply within ourselves that sincere desire to be forgiven and to forgive any and all misuse of life, human consciousness, misqualified energies of any kind, any wrong desires and feelings in our beings and world, and every mistake for which our outer selves are responsible. Just feel deeply in your heart that gratitude for this blessing to all mankind, this great gift of the law of forgiveness. Beloved, mighty, and presence, and that of all mankind, forgive, forgive, forgive each and every one of us. And we call to the great central sun to charge your secret power into these decrees. And we call for beloved Saint Germain to anchor a cosmic concentration of violet fire in America, Europe, Africa, China, India, the Middle East, wherever else it is needed in our beloved world right here and now. We thank you. Our violet fire decree. Mighty and presence, beloved Saint Germain and those ministered to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire, and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels, descend with your purple wands of fire, and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister forced activity. Transmute and consume it all. Cause, score, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness, the divine plan fulfilled, and light from the secret love star. We thank you. Our decree for the elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom, and remove from elemental life today the necessity for longer obeying the destructive impulses of mankind. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Our decree for the purification of our beloved earth. In the name of my mighty I am presence, and by the power of the great host of ascended beings, we demand a cosmic living sword of blazing flame continually strike into all human miscreations back to the very beginning, causing all negative energies and entities in the psychic and astral realms and in the consciousness of all mankind to cease to exist forever. The cause, effect, record, and memory, freeing all human and elemental life from that which was never meant to be, and ensuring the psychic and astral realm is no more. Replace it all with the immaculate concept for all life, ascended master consciousness, and light substance from the secret love star. That thy will be done, and so be it, and so it is. Beloved I am, we thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now, before we say our final decree, by the love and power of our beloved mighty presence, we call to you, beloved mighty victory, to fill us with your full feeling of victorious accomplishment, that cosmic feeling of ascended master victory. And we say together, I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and trebled each instant of each hour, until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. As we end now, we focus on that beloved love star, radiating within our auras, placed there by beloved Sanat Kumara as a gift to all humankind, assisting us in holding that frequency of unconditional divine love, that true cosmic blessing. We love and thank you, beloved mighty love star. We ask that you expand your mighty supreme light through our four lower bodies, and to saturate all whom we pass by on our earthly journeys with unconditional love. And to that mighty secret love star shining from the heavens for this 2,000-year period, we bless and thank you and all the mighty cosmic beings from the great central sun, holding this focus. Expand your supreme light through our individual love stars and around all life evolving on our sweet earth. We thank you deeply for this. Thank you, everybody, and blessings to all.
Thank you, beloved John. Just marvelous. I'd just like to think who might like to read the closing invocation. John Ludgate, do you have a mic you can read for us?
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Closing invocation together. Beloved I am presence and beloved Master Katumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God I am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Let's just take a moment now. I left the same picture, such a gorgeous picture of the angels. And we just have a moment of deep gratitude for our own beloved I presence and being able to work alongside the great ascended masters and for our beloved earth, our beautiful world. And for those on YouTube, if you enjoyed this and you haven't subscribed, we ask that you subscribe and like and share it. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to quickly stop the recording now.